Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. In this video, I will be teaching you guys on how do we create a polling input for PIC 18F4550, and I will do the coding in NPLab and I'll demonstrate it in Proteus. So before we get started, let's go briefly on what is polling input. So here's the simple definition of polling. Polling is used to checking the status of switch using loop. It continuously checks if some event has occurred. So here's the keyword BTFSS and BTFSC. BTFSS stands for bit set file skip if set, and BTFSC stands for bit set file skip if clear. So to do this, we'll be doing one example. So let's go to the example. So here we have the question. The question states that write program to poll for logic input on port B. Display the value at port D connected to a 7-segment display. If button on B0 is pressed, display your student ID in sequence. If button on B1 is pressed, display your student ID in reverse order, and there should be a delay 1 second in between the display of the digit. So here's the application of things that we're gonna do, which is polling. Up here we have the high input and low input. So the difference here is that the position of the power and the ground. So for high input, we have the ground connected to the PIC 18 through a resistor, and there's gonna be a push button here, which is when we click on this push button, the power will be supplied to the PIC 18. So for low input, the power itself is connected to PIC 18 through a resistor, and when we click on this push button, it will be this PIC 18 will be connected to the ground. Same as the output, the position of the ground and the power is the difference here. For high output, we used to connect LED with the ground, and low input, we use power to connect to the LED. So now let's go to start to do our coding. So here I've already changed the configuration bit, which is oscillator must be in HS oscillator. Watchdog timer will be disabled. Port BAD will be configured as digital, and single supply will be disabled. So we go to file and new. Here I have already typed my coding. So here as usual we have the program template, and this is my student ID, the command to show my student ID. So if you guys don't know how to build this, you can see in my previous video that state that to build my student ID. So here I have show 9, show 6, show 5, show 8, and then my student ID is 96558. So that will be in sequence. In reverse, it will be 8 5 5 6 9. And then here we have macro. This is just a macro name, duplicate node. Here is my arguments. I just name it as Nabil, and this macro and while is just keywords for the macro. This is my 1 second delay command. This is second one, delay is just a name, and then this we have I have already set the coding to be in 60 megahertz. So this will be the cycle will be in 4 million cycles. And then here I have the command of my ID will be in sequence. I name it as Nabilicious, and then here's in reverse, which is Nabilicious 1. So it will be in reverse, it will be show 8 5 5 6 9, and there will be branch to the command here. So this is my main program. First, we're gonna clear the trisd, set file trisb, and clear the port D. So here's check I is my command for displaying my ID in sequence. So we're gonna bit test file skip if clear. If the button is pressed, it will be skip 1, and then if the button is not pressed, it will be in here, branch Nabilicious. Same goes as this check O. When we push the button, it will be clear the port D. When we not push the button, it will be branch to the Nabilicious one. And then I'm gonna save it. In documents for Summon 5. So this will be polling.asm. So we're gonna go to Project Wizard, click on next, and next. So I'm gonna browse this in document Summon 5 and just the polling without the ASM. Okay, then here's the coding. Alright, first thing first, we're gonna build all to see whether our coding is correct or not. Here we got build succeeded. Now we go to Proteus to start to do our circuit. This may takes a while. Okay, I'm just naming it as polling circuit. Okay, and finish. So here's the component that we need. Of course, we need PIC 18 F4550 here, and we need the 7 segment LED display. I'm gonna need the communicated one here, and then we're gonna need some resistor, and also the push button. Where's my push button? Push button. Okay, here. And then we'll be start to do the circuit. So first I'm gonna place the PIC 18 and my 7 segment. So between this, we're gonna need the resistor. We're gonna need 7 resistor. Alright, so here I'll be joining all this component with the wire. So then bear in mind that the value of the resistance must be less because we need the current to be flow. So I'm just gonna put the 330. So here I'm gonna place the push button for RB0 and RB1. Between each of it, I'll place the resistor, and then for my circuit, actually I'll put it for active high input. So here we need the power will be here, 1, and this 2. Then the ground, oh, here also we need power for PIC 18. And then the ground, 7 segment must be common cathode. So here I'm gonna go to library, pick parts, which is the 7 segment display. Must be in common cathode. Sorry, common cathode, the blue one. So I'm gonna place this to here and here. And then we're gonna need this ground here, and I will connect all this power and ground to the component. So from the power, we go to the push button, and push button will be to the RB0, and this will be connected to here, same as the second push button. Will be connected to the RB1, and here we connected to the ground. So this will be in 16 megahertz, and I'll search for the file polling.hex. Okay, so I will start to run this program. So here, when I click on this push button on the RB0, it will be displaying my student ID in sequence, which is 96558. When I click on this second push button, it will be displaying my student ID in reverse, which is 85569. So when I click on this, 9, 6, 5, 5, 8, 9, 6, 5, 5, 8. So when I click on the second push button, this will be N, and then when I click on second push button, it will be displaying my student ID in reverse, 85569, 85569. So when I'm click on these two push button, it will be displaying my student ID in the first push button that I click. So here, when I first push this RB0 button, then I click this, it will be still displaying my student ID in sequence. So that's all from me. Hope that you get it, and thank you.